the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Hey Preston, Mark Strange here from Ip Man 4 and Redcon 1. Yeah, that's a tough one, mate. Tough one. Eastern Condors, Bullet in the Head. I'm a huge fan of John Woo's action. It's, wow, hard-boiled, hard target. Just incredible. What an incredible director. His action is, his gun action's incredible, and I'm a huge fan. But Eastern Condors, it's got Sammo Hung, it's got Yuen Biao. I grew up with them guys. Their martial arts action is incredible, the choreography. So on this occasion, I've got to go with Eastern Condors. I do like them both though. Have a great day, guys. I'm currently in the Amalfi Coast, which looks so beautiful. Show the views here. All the best. See you soon.
Yo, what's good, man? This is Frankie Balboa, aka the Shogun Supreme from Times Square Kung Fu, man. Yo, thanks for hitting me up, Phat Samurai. But when you told me this is a comparison, I'm like, bro, really? This isn't even close. It's freaking Bullet in the Head. Better story. You still got John Woo action in this joint. And this thing feels like a Scorsese film, bro. Like, seriously, man. The whole coming of age aspect almost remind me of how the friendship, unravel in Blood In, Blood Out. But, I mean, you got Tony Leung, Jackie Chung, Wesley Lee, and Simon Yam, bro. And Simon Yam still this joint. Got trademark John Woo action still. Amazing music. An amazing set piece in Saigon, man. Like, you get to see a lot of stuff that was going through that period. And it looks like a crazy big budget. Eastern Condors is like typical 80s, action films, from Hong Kong during that period. But when people say this is cinema, Bullet in the Head, this is cinema, man. Y'all already know.
Hello everybody, my name is Tristan Glover. I'm the martial arts film freak here on YouTube, also over there on TikTok, and also occasionally one of Eric Jacobus's editors for his whole podcast. Even the one for Rick Myers over here. I did that one. I suppose I'm here to pick which movie I prefer over Bullet in the Head and Eastern Condors. Sammo Hung versus John Woo. And I've got to say, being the martial arts film freak, it's probably pretty obvious which one I'm going with here. You know that I am a big fan of the kung fu, the martial arts, the kicks, the punches, the grips, and the graps. I'm going to go here with Eastern Condors. When you bring together the whole 80s squad, the 90s 80s squad of Joyce Cadenza, Yuen Biao, Sammo Hung, Dick Wei, Billy Chow, Yuen Hua, you got frickin' Yuan Wu Peng in here, you got Corey Yuen in here, you got some more names I know I'm just missing, but Jesus Christ, that's a good time. The movie has everything from fun gunplay to crazy explosions. A man almost got injured jumping off of a flaming boat. Sorry, Chin Kar-lak. I believe it was Chin Kar-lak. But also incredible fight scenes. Yuen Biao just throwing down. I love, what's his name? Lam Ching Ying. I think Lam Ching Ying's death is epic. That's weird to say. I like watching that guy die in this movie, specifically. Rest in peace. Love you. I have a video on my channel of the 5 essential films of Sammo Hung. 5 films for anybody just getting into the world of kung fu and martial arts cinema to introduce them to Sammo Hung. And there is a reason that Eastern Condors is 100% on that list. It is because it is one of the greatest action martial arts films ever made. One of Sammo Hung's best, an undeniable classic. I love John Woo. Bullet in the Head was a lot of fun, kind of depressing, made me sad. I thought it was going to be like The Outsiders with gunplay. But they kill somebody. Oh my god, they have to go on the run. They have to have some life-changing events. Then their lives kept changing, and changing, and changing. And I got sad. But despite that fun, sad time, I can't deny that Eastern Condors is one of my very favorite Sammo Hung films. I love it, and I cannot deny that I do prefer it over Bullet in the Head. So my vote is for Eastern Condors. Have a good day. Thank you for having me.
Hey, what's up, Versus Crew? Sorry I wasn't able to make it today, but I would really, really love to weigh in on these two movies. Both of them are made by Hong Kong directors at the top of their game, and both of them take place in Vietnam. It's a side of the Vietnam conflict we haven't really seen because we're so used to seeing the American military side of things that it just kind of made it really interesting. But that's about where these movie similarities end. You could not have picked two more different movies. On one end of things, you have John Woo making what is probably his most personal film. And on the other side of things, you have Sammo Hung just making an action extravaganza. And, you know, anyone who knows me and has seen my work can probably guess that my choice of winner here is Bullet in the Head. But let me explain briefly why. So, Bullet in the Head is a lot. It's a lot of story, a lot of characters, a lot of action, a lot of emotions. It's all done very cinematically. This is Woo coming right off of his, you know, he done A Better Tomorrow 1, A Better Tomorrow 2, The Killer. He was about to go do, you know, Hard Boiled and then Hard Target. Like, this guy was absolutely on a roll. And this movie this movie was made right in the center of all that, and you can feel it. The action is still beautiful and poetic, but it's a lot more grounded. You're not going to see as many guys diving through the air firing two guns, which is kind of a neat trick. But ultimately, there's just so much to it. Whereas Eastern Condors, it has real directed by a former stuntman energy. And by that I mean the stunt work is absolutely phenomenal. It is amazing, it's great. There's a lot of fights. The fights in the movie are just very high quality. It's very Sammo. But at the same time, the characters are pretty stock. The story is not really that interesting. And also the way the movie is shot, it's shot in a very kind of utilitarian way. It's as if it's designed to display the stunts as well as possible without really being all that cinematic. Whereas when you watch Bullet in the Head, it is great stunts that are done in a very cinematic way. So Eastern Condors does one thing really, really well, whereas Bullet in the Head does a lot of things really, really well. And that's why I've made this choice. But once again, thanks for letting me chime in. And if you haven't seen it yet, go check out Lost Phoenix, streaming now on Tubi and Amazon Prime.
Hello there, this is Jake from Jake on Film. As always, exploring the outer edges of the film universe. We basically look at films that are outside the mainstream that not everybody knows about. We've been concentrating, as everybody knows, of course, on the golden age of Hong Kong cinema. Big up to my kung fu brother-in-arms, PhatSamuraiGuy. And he wants me to talk to you about his amazing versus battle, which is Eastern Condors versus Bullet in the Head, and which one's better. Tough ask, both classic movies, of course, from the golden age, talking about Vietnam and bloodshed, martial arts and general craziness. But if I had to pick one, and apparently I do, it's going to have to be Eastern Condors, my absolute legend, Sammo Hung. So many influences here, from the Dirty Dozen to the Deer Hunter, with martial arts, Yen Bu, and Yen Hua as this sort of crazy Vietnamese general. So it's absolute cracker. Bullet in the Head is amazing as well, with John Woo taking his heroic bloodshed to the shores of Vietnam. But yeah, it's got to be Eastern Condors for me. It's a cracker, but let's see what you guys think, and I'll see you all soon. Keep watching.
Hello, Friend Yang here, the Commentator Beast, with my vote on Bullet in the Head versus Eastern Condors. Bullet in the Head is actually kind of like a personal film for me. I saw it in Hong Kong in 1990 when it first came out during that first week of release. And I still remember that scene when, Tony Leung and them were being, held at gunpoint by the Vietnamese soldiers, and then Tony Leung held up the Hong Kong, British passport saying we're Hong Kong people, and then the Vietnamese soldiers just ignored them. That was like a rather emotional scene for a lot of Hong Kong people at that time, coming right after the Tiananmen incident. And so I still remember audiences crying in that scene. And of course, you have great gunfight, great acting between Tony Leung, Jackie Chan especially, and Wai Lee, Simon Yam. With that said, though, when I saw it, it was the ballroom ending. And it just felt kind of weird not to have anybody stopping Tony Leung from shooting Wai Lee in the head at the end. And then later on, when I saw the revised ending, with the gunfight, starting with the parking lot and all that, it just felt kind of tagged on. It just wasn't smoothly executed because obviously it was, reshot for the ending. And so the way it was connected to the boardroom, it just always felt kind of awkward for me. And I think it kind of really hurt the film. Eastern Condors, on the other hand, what can you say? Great action. Sammo had the high-risk powers. Great cinematography shot in the Philippines. Sammo lost 50 pounds for a wonderful fight, wonderful James Bond-like finale, and all these stars, Yuen Ping, Corey Yun, Yasuaki Kurada, Dick White. So really, I mean, and also it feels like it's more of an international film. It felt like a more ambitious film, and definitely Sammo Hung's best film. So even though I love Bullet in the Head, I think it is John Woo's best film. Overall, my vote has to go to Sammo Hung's Eastern Condors. And of course, I did a commentary for it on the Eureka Disc, so please check that out. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.